What is good? I got my man Casey on the line here. About to do a little YouTube live stream, answer you guys sit and start questions. How you doing this lovely Sunday morning, Case?
Good, good. We missed last week. We had I was out of town and Jay Wayne was out of town. Jay Wayne just got back in town late last night, so he's a saint for getting on here. Big Co is uh in his hometown visiting the fam for the weekend, so no Big Co on this edition, but we're back and ready to rock and roll for a good 20-30 minutes here. So we're going to start with Patreon questions as per usual, and then if we get a bunch of YouTube questions, we'll answer as many of those as we can until we got to go to make sure we're good to go to set all of our lineups, because we do have a ton of them. But Patreon is always the best way to make sure your question gets answered. So,
right, and apologize for that there at the beginning. I missed some of what you were saying in case I had the volume turned on my YouTube live stream, and so I was hearing myself twice, and I think other people were as well. So what you were saying, Case, I had YouTube live stream, and so I was hearing myself twice. You people were as well. There we go.
Sorry about that.
You good, Case? All right. All right, let's get back on track here. So
all right.
We're gonna hit these Patreon questions up first. Like Casey just said, that's the best way to get your questions assured answered. For those of you on YouTube, we'll be getting to you guys soon.
Oh yeah, just before 12, first crack of the day.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It sure is. It's 5 o'clock in London, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not a 9 a.m. game. I would have been a bummer because I slept in.
Yeah, starting off with a Revelry Poke the Bear. Nice way to start your day.
Nice. A staple there of their ever-rotating cans.
Mm-hmm.
So many cans over there. I don't know how they put them all out.
All right.
They got poor Henry slaving away every day morning, making bottling cans or canning beers. All right, let's hit up this Trenton Damon. I think I messed that up again. Question. So he just went through a trade and acquired Kittle. We kind of talked him through getting a good tight end on his squad. He's trying to make a championship run. So he had to sell Tyler Lockett to make that move. And so now he's moving Godwin into his wide receiver 3 spot, but he needs to fill his flex. He's got Alex Collins, Martez Valdez-Scantling, which, did I pronounce that right? Because I saw Travis May on Twitter said that a bunch of analysts were going to mispronounce his name. And I was like, that's probably going to be me because I assume it's one thing and who knows. Anyway, so he's got MVS, Alex Collins, O.J. Howard, David Moore, and Hogan.
Right.
He knows Collins is the safe play, but he doesn't have much upside. No explosion game coming out of Alex Collins, unfortunately.
He played Odell and Alshon and the Philly kicker and Saquon. Oh, he played Odell and Alshon and played against Philly kicker and Saquon.
Right, which somehow he ends up down by 10 even after Alshon had an awesome game. So Saquon must have just really scored a ton.
So he's looking for a best bet huge game here. Well, my first inclination to answer that question would be Valdez-Scantling, but it's a bummer because they play Sunday night. So you just if Geronimo plays, that really cripples his value.
Right, and I don't think we have much. It looks like they're both, game time decisions, Cobb and Geronimo. If either one of those guys were out, then I'd have no problem.
I just pick my nose.
Is there any more? Let's see. I'm looking for some news here on Cobb or Allison. It's just questionable still.
Yeah. Allison got through a little bit of Saturday morning workouts, but it wasn't anything crazy. I mean, David Moore, I guess, has been a home run hitter here and there. Hogan's potentially going to be in a shootout with Kansas City, but he's been not great all year. I do like the fact that he's moving back to his more natural position and being outside rather than kind of slot, and you get Edelman back. I mean, I guess Collins. The thing with the Ravens today is they're playing against Dean Pease, who's been their longtime defensive coordinator. Titans already have a good defense. I think he's going to be ready to roll. He kind of came out of retirement to team up with Vrabel and take this job. So I'm like a little leery of that. I know that could just be nothing, but Dean Pease is one of the best defensive coordinators in the league, and he knows that Ravens team. So that makes me a little scared of playing Ravens today. But
Fair, that's fair.
I don't want to play OJ Howard.
Nope.
So I guess I really would, like I said, I'd like to play MVS if I knew what was going on here, but I don't think I can pull the trigger because you might just be left kind of standing with your hand in your hand on you somewhere.
On your hip?
Yeah. I guess I would probably play Collins. I mean, I know you need the most upside, so maybe you could swing for Hogan.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think I want to say Hogan here for a little bit of upside, just because he does have a 2-touchdown game in him. He's done it this year once. New England plays the Kansas City Chiefs. There's a 58-point over under in that game.
Right, by most on the board.
Right, and I could see him getting free. I could see him getting loose.
I'm gonna agree with Hogan being the big upside play out of those guys. So
yeah.
All right. Hopefully that helped you out. Riley Juker, one of our newer members. What up, Riley? He has got an FFPC Superflex question, which in FFPC, the tight ends get 1.5 a catch.
Reception.
So it's premium. So he asked Dak, Trey Burton, or Beast Mode. Beast Mode playing in London with a 48-point over-under. Trey Burton playing Miami with a 40.5 over-under. So a little lower point total there. And then probably one of the lowest point totals on the board is that Jacksonville-Dallas game. They're at 39. I mean,
I get the question because Dak's playing one of the better defenses in the league.
And Dak's just been pedestrian playing normal defenses.
He hasn't been great, but I mean, he does have, he scored you 14, a little over 14 last week and 20 the week before that. So it's not amazing quarterback numbers, but at least those are super flex numbers.
Was again a pretty low scoring game. They did go into overtime.
He got you 34 rushing yards and threw a touchdown. I think I got to stick with the quarterback here, just because it's a quarterback. I mean, I don't think I can play the tight end over the quarterback. And then beast mode, I mean, I like firing beast mode up today. I think it, even though it's a 48-point game, I think they keep it close. I think Seattle tries to control the ball running it. I think the Raiders are trying to do the same. Maybe I'd take the under in that game if I was betting on it. And this is obviously the revenge game for Marshawn Lynch. Things didn't necessarily end up that well in there. In Seattle, I could see him wanting to put a good game together. He's coming off his worst game of the year last week, so that's kind of a bummer. But before that, he was very solid all year long.
Yeah.
I guess I could see you playing Marshawn, but I think I'd still have to play the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm most likely playing the quarterback here just because, again, it is the quarterback and anything can happen. I don't hate playing beast mode. I think him and Dak could end up with some very similar points. I mean, Trey Burton, if it wasn't for Mitchell Trubisky and maybe I was a little more excited about the quarterback play, I would be thinking that Trey Burton would have the most upside here. But I think I'd play the quarterback as well, even though it's a tough defense. I got to probably stick with the QB here, even though Dak's been moderately pedestrian. But like I don't know what Marshawn's necessarily been doing, but I think on the good games, he's probably been scoring 14, 15 points.
Yeah, I'll look it up right quick, but that's about, solid RB2 numbers here. Let me see. Marshawn Lynch got 70 points on the year. Yeah, so it was 13, 15, 17 and a half, 18 and a half, 6. So, I mean, he's basically put up the same numbers as Dak Prescott.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of a little bit of a coin flip there for you, but I'm probably going to stick with my quarterback.
Seahawks are pretty solid versus the run. I could go with the quarterback.
All right. Chris Browning says, what up, fellas? A couple of decisions to make. What are your thoughts? Pick 2, 1 point point per reception. Corey Davis, Doug Baldwin, Kiki.
Man, I can't believe y'all didn't. Nobody broke out with the song lyrics yet.
Yeah, sorry, we're waiting for you.
Yeah,
I'm not playing Doug Baldwin, and I want to see something go on. They're running the hell out of the ball over there. I'm going to play Corey Davis and Kiki.
Yeah,
Kiki's
I was
looking up targets, and Corey Davis is their number one guy over there. So
yeah, I mean it's a bummer that we're at this point with Doug Baldwin. I was at the Seahawks game this past week. It was an awesome ruckus crowd. It was like being at a college game. And I kept eyes on Doug Baldwin a lot. I mean, he played a lot of snaps, ran a lot of routes, blocked a ton, but they just didn't pass it very much and almost use him as a decoy. He didn't look unhealthy. He looked fine. But they only threw him one ball and I think passed the ball like 21 times. So I think until further notice, Doug Baldwin's got to be on your bench. Therefore, got to fire these other two guys up. Kiki's done it 2 weeks in a row. Deshaun's going to play today, it looks like, and he's starting to heat up and get his groove back. And, Kiki's been great for these 2 games. So I'll go Corey Davis, Kiki. Second question. Right. This is do what?
I said, all right. Moving right along.
Yeah, we got a half-point PPR question. This is part 2 of Mr. Browning's post. Sammy Watkins, and we're picking 2 players out of this list. Sammy, Chris Thompson, Kiki, Tevin Coleman, or Tyler Boyd. Those are solid options.
Well, Chris Thompson is out.
Right. So there goes that.
And I mean, you can double check on that, but I've seen it a couple times already. So Chris Thompson's out. Sammy Watkins, Kiki, Tevin's obviously got the Bucks, who's actually been good against the run, but could be a high-scoring game. They're pegging that one for 48. And Tyler
he is
Boyd,
inactive.
What's that? He's in it. Chris Thompson.
Yeah, Chris Thompson. Yep.
I'm probably rolling Tyler Boyd and Sammy, but Kiki's close runner-up.
Who do the Falcons have? The
Falcons play the Bucks in Atlanta. 48-point total.
No, this says 57.
57. I got 48.
I'm looking at scores and odds.
Yeah.
Says it opened at 57, and it's currently at 57. That's a ton.
Total down then, yeah.
I think Devontae Freeman's out. That's also accurate, right?
Yeah.
I saw that on
You're right, 57.
I always spelled Devontae's name wrong. Yeah, Devontae is inactive. I know Tevin Coleman hasn't been great, even with or without Devontae Freeman. And John Ross is going to sit. So Tyler Boyd had a down week for you, even though it wasn't the worst week ever. I think I'd go Sammy and Tevin here, just because Tevin doesn't have Devontae Freeman to compete with.
Yeah, Ito Smith has been taking his touches while he's in there. I mean, if you're looking for the conservative play, Tevin Coleman's going to get you 10 points for. I would bet a decent amount of money that Tevin Coleman will get 10 points, if not more. I mean, there's some good upside there. I think Kiki's fairly safe because he's been seeing a lot of targets with the half-point PPR. Maybe that mitigates it. Obviously, half.
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins, I like the long play touchdown upside, and Tyler Boyd is an every week starter for me.
Yeah, it'd be tough to bench Tyler Boyd. If Freeman was playing, I would not even think about it. Sammy, I don't think can come out of your lineup if he's healthy. He had obviously that 2 weeks ago he got you 0, but then he comes back last week with 8 targets and scores you some points. So it's a toss up for me between Tevin Coleman and Tyler Boyd. Maybe if you're looking for a little bit more upside. I mean, I think Tevin Coleman's got upside too. I mean,
there's tons of upside. I mean, like I said, I think they've been holding. I think it's 3.7 a carry is what Tampa Bay's been holding running backs to, but they let up a decent amount of points a game. So
Cincinnati's got the Steelers. That's a 54.5 point total. That's a bunch of points. The Chiefs are going to have a bunch of points. Tevin Coleman has a bunch of points. I don't think you can go wrong, man. Go with your plums. I would pick 2 of those 3, whoever you like the least. I mean, maybe you bench Sammy Watkins just for safeness, and you got upside with Tevin Coleman and Tyler Boyd's going to be out there with, roaming around free with no John Ross as well against a shoddy Steelers defense and a high point total. Same with Tevin Coleman. So maybe you bench Sammy and play Tevin and Tyler. That's a tough one. You can't. It's a coin flip.
Yeah, I'm going Tevin or Tyler and Sammy. Final answer.
All right, I'm going
Tevin and Sammy.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do that. All right, I'll refresh this page, make sure we're not missing any Patreon questions. Yep, just 3 comments. So I'll go over to the community page and make sure there wasn't. I think there was a start.
What's that?
Oh no, those are just trade questions. Okay. All right, so we can head over to the YouTubes now.
We see all the new Patreon members we're getting weekly, so we appreciate all the support there, and all the people who join us for the YouTube chat every week. We appreciate you guys as well.
Absolutely. So let's get in here. Jason Rosenberg, what's up, man? Top of the morning to you as well. Little London.
Top of the morning to you.
Well, I guess that's more like Scottish.
Irish.
All right.
What up, Aaron? He's a Patreon member.
Oh yeah, getting in the YouTube chat.
Heinzer Eckler 0.5 PPR. Wow. Good question, Aaron.
Yeah. Let's see.
Colts are playing at Jets.
46 points there. It's moved up to 47.5.
The Clippers are coming across country playing Cleveland.
Yeah.
Pick them.
I don't love that.
I don't love that either. I guess you got Marlon Mack back this week, so I'm interested to see how that goes. But at the end of the day, I don't think the Colts have a ton of receivers. Still mixing Doyle, still missing
Ty.
So Eckler's been great, and he's been the Chargers stretch you out so much that Eckler gets in there, and he always has a long touchdown catch. But I'd play. I think I'm going to play Hines for safety this week.
Yeah, I would agree.
Blacklist 87. What up, buddy? How you doing? He says Chester Rogers or Larry Fitz. That's interesting.
That's a toughie. What's Chester coming off of here?
Chester's been solid all throughout, just getting you solid 10-point floor for the most part. He has dropped a couple big ones. Big Co was really upset about that last week. We were hot and heavy on Chester Rogers last year, and he let us down a little bit. So we were in.
Yeah, this cat has 8 receptions on 11 targets each of the past 2 weeks. Yeah. Fire him up.
I'm 100% in agreement there. Give me Chester, and hopefully Larry, you could see something out of him being healthy and maybe bounce back and be excited that he's on your bench.
Right.
Jerry, what up, Jerry? He likes A-Rob or Godwin in PPR is the dilemma of the week. I'm going to play A-Rob, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta. Some good corner play in Miami. That there is a strong corner presence over there. A-Rob's been seeing a good amount of targets, with the exception of that Tampa Bay game. He was held in check, I believe, but they got up early. Godwin is a riskier play to me. I think he's kind of, especially with Howard limping around out there playing, and now Brate's back in the fold. Jameis likes Brate, so he could take away some of Godwin's TD upside. So I'm going to roll A-Rob.
OJ Howard is also going to play.
Yeah.
I don't know if he said that.
I did.
Yeah, I mean, he got you 1 target. A-Rob did. No, it was 4 targets, 2 catches, 1 touchdown. They're coming off of a bye. Statistically, Miami's middle of the road on the rush, but they're a little bit better against the pass, like you said as well. I mean, I'm just going to go A-Rob here. I'll take the number 1 wide receiver in that Nagy offense.
Yeah. Coming off a bye, given a week to really scheme it up.
Right, and they just scored
the first half. Potential.
That last Bears game, 6 touchdowns from Mitch. They were really firing on all cylinders, and it's almost a fugazi that A-Rob didn't have a bigger game, I think. So I think bigger games are in store for A-Rob. I'm going to roll with A-Rob.
For sure. Sherman What up, brah? He says the new Tyler Lockett, Amari Cooper, or Doug Baldwin, pick 2.5 PPR. Lockett.
Yep.
Give me Lockett. And I mean, I'm gonna roll Amari Cooper. It's what is it? It's an even week. He's been
It
crushing
is.
on even weeks.
Yeah.
I just
It's a
don't
little
understand how a guy can go
ridiculous.
from 10 targets to 1 target. It's pretty silly to me. I know Derek Carr's been out there saying, hey, I'm gonna just not gonna force it to any one guy. I'm gonna get it to the people who are open, but I'm gonna play Amari Cooper out of those guys. If you had a better option than Sanu or Baldwin, I could probably choose like I know me and Big Co are playing John Brown over Amari Cooper in a must-win situation this week, so that's what we're going with.
Yeah. We just said you can't play Doug Baldwin, so definitely fire up Tyler Lockett. And I mean, Sanu is just a quality player, man. If you
Yeah,
need like,
he's
if
your
you
hard
need
hat lunch pail kind of guy, Bo.
right, and so maybe if you're looking for not the risk of that one target, I think you'll probably be all right in that huge high scoring game. I think he has a
Yeah,
somewhat of a floor that's respectable, but I
fair.
would play Amari Cooper anyway
Yeah.
because I mean it's an even week, so one target, 10 target, one target, 10 targets.
All right,
Give me
Brendan.
Amari Cooper.
We see you in Patreon. We'll hit a couple of these guys up, and we'll make sure we get you before we're done for sure.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Jason Rosenberg. He says Sony Michelle, Jordan Howard, or Josh Gordon, half point PPR. If currently have Sony, what are your thoughts? We are actually in a similar predicament in one league where we have Jordan Howard and Sony Michelle. Right now, we have Sony Michelle plugged in. If Sony, again, this is a Monday night game or a Sunday night game, so I'm a little worried about the quote unquote game time decision. Is this Patriots kind of stuff? Probably so. And I said last week on the free show that if Sony's in there, I'm playing him. I love the volume that he's getting, and I love what I've seen from him. In this scenario, I don't love the game time decision, and you might be left again standing there without anybody to play. If for some reason Sony kind of does, maybe you see what Dalvin Cook just did, got a little banged up in warmups and couldn't go. I think Jordan Howard's a safe bet. I would probably leave Josh Gordon on the bench for another week if I can.
Yeah, I mean the good thing is you have two guys here in the same game. So if Sony doesn't play, then you can fire up Josh Gordon.
That's a good point, Jay Wayne. As long as it's a flex and not
That's
a
true.
well, I guess he's asking. So
Yeah.
hopefully both of them would play. That's a good point, Jay Wayne. I kind of like that. I know Sherman likes Jordan Howard, and I feel you, man. I feel the safety of Jordan Howard, and I don't think he'll see the same kind of. They were blowing them out in Tampa Bay a couple weeks ago, so I think you'll see some decent Jordan Howard usage. To be safe, I'd play Jordan Howard, but I really like Sony, and you could gamble, and then if Sony didn't play Josh Gordon. So,
Well, look, I mean Sony or Howard. Man, how many carries is he coming off of? It was like 4, and
yeah,
then you got the coach come out and say that. Well, I guess he had 11 rushing attempts. You got the coach coming out and saying that it's gonna be like that sometimes. Is basically what the coach said. Depending on what we feel is, he basically turned them into the Patriots all of a sudden, and I don't like it. It's I think I gotta hold back on Jordan Howard as long as I can until I see. I don't know. I mean, I guess 11 is still better than what I was thinking it was. He just didn't
yeah.
get anything
All
going.
it takes is a TD for Howard, and I think it's safe. I don't hate your theory of going Sony or Jordan, Josh Gordon. Like I said, I think if Sony plays, he'll be awesome.
Yeah, I think he's definitely more of an upside play. Patriots have it's the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, big game. So the Chiefs
I
put up
guess.
the second most points to RBs. So if it could be they're just patrioting it up and saying that all these guys are there's all the skill position players are game time decisions right now for the Patriots. Like,
Yeah, they're saying he's expected to play. I mean, I guess you could go Jordan Howard for some safety. I don't hate
yeah,
it
yeah.
because I
All
don't
right.
really want to play Josh Gordon, and you'd have to play him if you we're banking on Sony and he didn't play, and
Yeah. I
I
feel
don't
that.
know.
It's kind of my sentiments as well, but that was a
Yeah,
good call. I wasn't even thinking about what you were saying. You could play Josh Gordon if you needed to.
right.
So Howard for safety, Sony for upside, and then you could roll the dice with Josh Gordon being absolutely crushing this week if Sony didn't go at that point.
Right.
Jeremiah Watts, he wants to know PPR flex spot need one. Philip Lindsay, Larry Fitz, Lockett, or John Brown. I guess John Brown. He's been getting good targets. He's a leader in air yards. I got a tough time benching John Brown right now, even though I did say, that Dean Pease is on the on the Titans and has been the Ravens defensive coordinator for a long time and knows probably everything that them boys like to do. Schematically, I like John Brown in this situation, but you can't go wrong with Lockett or Lindsey. What do you like, Jay Wayne?
Let's see. John Brown's coming off of a 14 target game. That's a strong number. Did only catch 4 of them. But I mean, solid target numbers the last 4 weeks total. What did Lindsey do last week for you?
He had about 11 points. They got blown out and they had to kind of switch. And then Devontae Booker was in there catching passes. They were getting crushed early.
Yeah, he still caught 3 balls and rushed it 12 times. So Lindsey's touching the ball damn near 15 times a week.
Now.
Do what?
I said it's snowing in Denver right now.
Yeah. They do. So they're at home versus the Rams. I mean, I could see Lindsey getting a fair amount of usage, but it's just, I guess I'd still go John Brown. But I could see you playing I could see you playing Philip Lindsay. I mean, he's not going to get game scripted out of a game, like he's not going to, not in this game anyway. He's their pass catching back. I think they're going to need him.
Yeah, Booker's been
coming on. That's fair. Yeah, go John Brown. Take these 14 targets.
Agreed. Rosenberg, he like Allen Robinson, Doug Baldwin, Corey Davis, pick one, standard scoring.
Ugh.
I'll roll Corey Davis, man.
Yeah. Yeah, who the Titans got?
Ravens. In Tennessee. 43 point over under, it looks like.
Give me A-Rob.
Oh, split decision.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Ravens are just so good against the pass.
Yeah,
Mariota's
they get their best cornerback. He's back in the fold.
Mariota's still struggling a little bit.
Struggled last week, but was good the week before and fed Corey Davis. I'm rolling Corey Davis this week.
Yeah.
You like Allen Robinson? It's a split decision, so no help for Jason Rosenberg.
Right. Yeah, I'll take A-Rob.
All right. Bortles or Joe Flacco. Me and Big Co were just talking about in all the super flex leagues that we have Blake Bortles trying to package up something and get rid of him. I like the defense for the Cowboys. I think they get arguably their best pass rusher back maybe this week in David Irving. The Jaguars are missing their left tackle and I believe their backup left tackle. So Bortles could be under duress. I like the Cowboys secondary. But then again, I just said multiple times how I don't like Joe Flacco facing the Tennessee Titans and Dean Pease, which is his former defensive coordinator. I'd probably stick with Blake and just kind of garbage time Blake, but Flacco's been pretty good with the exception of last week. What do you think, Jay Wayne?
This is a tough one because Blake Bortles is so bad, but he still scores a bunch of fantasy points. They're both these quarterbacks are on the road, so there's not a deciding edge there. They're both really low total scoring games, like 43 for the Baltimore Ravens and Titans, and then 39.5 for the Cowboys and Jags. Oh man,
I'll go Blake. I guess
let's go Blake. Let's go Blake.
If Chris Thompson doesn't play Capri Bibbs or Ronald Jones, I'm going to go Bibbs. AP's a little banged up. No Crowder. The absolutely decimated on the receiving core for the Redskins. Nobody to do anything with the ball. So I guess I would roll Bibbs for me.
Yeah. Give me Bibbs. He's a pretty solid pass catching back, and assuming this is PPR, not ready to start Ronald Jones yet. So give me Bibbs.
Yeah, I'm not really ready to start Bibbs either, but it's not a terrible stab.
I mean, I'm not ready to start Ronald Jones. Yeah, but right, I'm not ready to start Bibbs either too much. But okay, let's see. Trenton. Yeah, his was the first question, right?
Yeah, I believe we did, but we could double back at the end real quick for you.
That's where we are, right?
Josh Whedon. Can we trust Josh Gordon? I'm thinking about plugging in Allen Robinson. I probably would. Jaws, we kind of talked about that we would like to see, and I want to see another week out of Josh Gordon before I plug him, unless I absolutely have to. Jameis or Rivers? I'm going Rivers.
Oh yeah, I don't even need to look at anything. Give me Rivers.
Jameis could absolutely annihilate it this week, but he could also throw 4 picks. And
right. Nah, I'm not playing with Jameis just yet. I'll take Rivers. And the question before that, give me Allen Robinson over Josh Gordon for sure. Trenton, yeah, his was the first question, and he was asking about, he just traded Tyler Lockett, so he needed to play either Alex Collins or MVS or David Moore or Hogan, and I think we both went Hogan.
We both settled on Hogan because you said you're basically looking for upside. It's a shootout kind of game. Hogan could be, he's been bad, but I mean, if you're really looking for points, Hogan could be the guy. Obviously, if you're just trying to play it safe, Collins is probably the guy. If this Packers game was a 1:00 game and Geronimo Allison wasn't playing, I like Valdez Scantling the best out of all those guys. But that's not the case. So you could just be left standing with your hand in your pocket and not being able to really play anybody.
Right.
But there's a chance that, I mean, maybe Cobb doesn't go and MVS hops in there. One of the two, might not go. So
yeah, it's just you're not gonna know. And if you did know, I like this MVS. It jumps off the page to me here, but
maybe play it a little bit by ear with Hogan and MVS and see what happens.
Oh yeah, because Hogan is playing later, so
I don't think the Packers are going to tell you anything between here and there, but
no, but I mean, you have Hogan and MVS, and then is the Packers Sunday night?
I think the Packers are Monday night.
I thought the
Kansas City Sunday night.
Okay, I got it backwards.
You could wait a minute and see which one of those, if you can find any information, and maybe Randall Cobb is just legs blown off and can't play.
Right. But yeah, if you're looking for upside, yeah, we went Hogan because he could score you too.
Brandon Dion on a Patreon question. We see you. 1 point PPR, Larry Fitz, Didi, Pierre, Goodwin, or Royce Freeman. Well, I don't really want to play Pierre. I would like to let Larry sit if I could. I want to say play Royce Freeman, but I'd probably play Didi, I guess.
Where is this question on the community page?
It's just added under the sit start. It's the latest question. Goodwin could be a huge upside play here, and the Niners could definitely be down quick and early, and that could be a really solid upside play. I think the upside play is Goodwin if you need it, and the floor play is Didi for me.
Yeah. I guess give me Didi.
All right. A couple more just shot over here on the YouTubes. Josh Gordon, Lamar Miller, Amari Cooper, Funchess, full point PPR. Got anything on that, Jay Wayne?
Man, it seems like we should be able to play Amari Cooper. We should be able to play Lamar Miller.
Yeah.
Maybe Devin Funchess has Greg Olsen coming back.
Yeah, but who knows how healthy he is.
Right.
I'd say it's between Funchess and Amari for me. Amari on the upside play, Funchess on the safe floor play.
Yeah, I like that.
Points play Amari, who's could either be 10 for 120 or 2 for 0.
Right.
And then Funchess has been pretty safe. Obviously, we liked Funchess a lot more without Greg Olson, but he's coming back. Who knows how many? He might be a little limited this week. I think they'd be foolish to play him his full workload this week.
Right.
So maybe Funchess is the safest play. Joe B. Cook is out, so Crowell or Latavius Murray. Crowell's been battling a little bit of an ankle and was really good last week. He's been kind of like Amari Cooper.
Right.
Even weeks he's been awesome. Odd weeks he's been boo-boo.
Right.
Latavius is playing Zona. I guess, give me Latavius Murray, I guess.
How do you bench a guy coming off a 200-plus yard game?
I know, but a little ankle injury. Powell out. I think Powell even out snapped him last weekend, out touched him, but Crowell did his thing. I don't want to bench Crowell, but I like Latavius Murray just being the lone guy and healthy.
Yeah, but we've seen Latavius be bad with Cook out.
True.
He's been a bit of an anomaly. It's been kind of shocking how bad he's been.
Well, their offensive line is not good. And they're probably their best offensive lineman today, Riley Reef at left tackle. So, you know what? I think you're swaying me. I could roll Crowell if he's ready to roll. I don't think he'll be as good as last week, but
let's go Crowell.
Zona defense is underrated. We've been saying it for weeks. I agree.
Give me Crowell.
Yeah, I'll roll Crowell too.
Let's see. Jaws getting it in. Gronk is PLAO.
Gronk
playing. Okay.
But he hasn't looked like himself anymore. I got Rudolph, Jordan Reed over Gronk. I'm with you. You got to play Gronk if he's healthy, man.
Got to play Gronk.
Gotta go Gronk. As though it hasn't been as good. Obviously, you drafted him to score you 17 to 20 points a game. And it hasn't been that way. He obviously hasn't been healthy. Plus, that offense has been missing a lot of parts and pieces, so you're able to just circle up Gronkowski with every player you got and just let somebody else try to beat you one-on-one, a la James White. But
he had a good week last week, though.
Yeah, I think I'm playing Gronk.
Yeah, he's coming off of extra time, I think, right?
Yeah, he's
coming off a Thursday game. They got everybody healthy. Give me Gronk.
What do we got?
All right, couple more here. Kiki Kuti, Corey Davis, or Tyler Lockett, full point PPR.
But for me right now, I guess it's between Davis and QD on full point PPR. He's been a target machine.
Give me Corey Davis, I guess.
Yeah, I think Corey Davis is the big upside play, and QT is the safe floor play if you're looking for solid.
Yeah. I think Corey Davis has a solid little floor as well, though. I did take Allen Robinson over him earlier, but he's still getting a fair amount of targets, and he could blow up, or he could just catch 4 for 48, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would roll Corey Davis with QT if you're worried. If you're like, I just need to make sure I think Corey, like you said, I think Corey Davis has been seeing targets, so I'll roll Corey Davis.
Yeah.
Last week wasn't great, but the whole whatever happens, whenever Buffalo comes around, weird stuff happens.
I know. I don't know. Same with Tennessee.
Yeah.
And then when they play each other, who knows what's going to happen? Jaws really wants to get Reed in there. Nah, don't do it, Bubba.
I would love to play Reed again because all that secondary is super banged up, or all the wide receivers banged up for Washington, but Reed hasn't really been doing much of anything lately, and I'm probably sticking with Gronk.
Yeah, how many targets did Reed even get last week? He had 2 targets last week. This isn't hard. Play Gronk.
We really appreciate all you guys. Obviously, we're not going to get all these right. Some of them will be really wrong on. Some of them will be really right on, but we're here just trying to give you, you don't have, if you're just battling yourself in your head, at least somebody else can speak out loud for you to say, hey, we think this or that, and you can take that for what you want.
Right. Yeah, hopefully we at least maybe assured something you had in your plums, or brought to light something you weren't thinking about, and do your best, man. Good luck to everybody. This is a crazy fantasy season. Just got to keep grinding. It's still really early. It's only week 6 here, so still time to turn around everything. I was counting it up. I think if you count week, depending on whether your playoffs are week 14 or not, there's still 8 weeks left of the season. So you could go on an 8-game winning streak and totally be in a different position.
Yeah.
So keep the faith. Keep hitting us up with your questions. Appreciate everybody joining. And
Yeah.
I think that'll do it.
Yeah, man, we're going to go set our own lineups and enjoy the rest of the day. Hey, guys, if you can, keep your computers and your phone shut. Just watch the games and enjoy it, man. It's not going to change anything.
Right. Watch the game, baby. Don't even look at your scores.
Yeah.
Unless you're debating on a sit start at a later time in the day, just let it ride and enjoy watching football because it's a great game. That's good advice there, Case. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop this broadcast, Casey, and we can stay on here on this Google Hangouts and set our own lineups. Is that cool?
Yep.
All right. Later, everybody.